So, I don't know, time, I think. I probably shouldn't be making this video, but I'm doing it for me, really. And I'm, I am kind of going, not kind of, I am going against what I've decided to do with my career online. And I mean, I want to be more private of my life. Yeah, I don't believe that random strangers online should know what's going on with my life, or at least on a very, very personal level. But, but I do think that just talking is nice for me. I know not barely anybody watches my videos, especially long form. Um, but I think I stopped. Not I think I did stop caring about that. Don't ask why there's a fridge in my room. There's a fridge in my room. Um, but anyway, there's a lot to talk about. But right now, let's just talk about the present, and we'll see how that goes. Basically, I'm at a point in my life where I feel nothing, if I can put it that way. I'll probably be sounding like this a lot more of the time, but I feel like just expression here and there helps. At least helps the audience. But yeah, nothing. What I mean by that, I feel like it's something hard to explain, but at the same time, the simplest way of putting it is that I don't care. But thinking, reflecting, theorizing, all that stuff. I've been doing that, and I'm still going to keep on doing that as I delve deeper into this personal subject of mine. But right now, most of the time, I feel at peace, right? I feel at peace with nothing. I don't care about responsibilities, about the little things, about the big things, about where I'm going, where I'm not going, what I could or could not be doing with my life, people, etc., etc. Yes, that includes very personal things, and no, it doesn't include very personal things. But yeah, that's the best way I can explain that. But I do feel short term. I feel like it's I feel like it's more of I have brief flashes of inspiration, brief thoughts of people, and all that stuff. And I think it's sort of a thing of I've experienced a lot already personally in my very short time on Earth, and it's more of I've where I predict life to go and just how the things I've seen in my life and then obviously in the world and stuff. It's just that it's kind of meaningless, all of it, but it's still short term. I feel like it's very short lived. I feel that I really don't care about the long run anymore. There are noises all over the place, but yeah, I don't feel much about the long term of things. And I think I've just accepted that things are how they are. I made this saying as a kid. It's supposed to be for like a this superhero character of mine that I'm very much still working on it. Can I say it's been like a decade? I don't even think it's been a decade. Maybe I think it's been longer than that. But anyway, there's this character that I made, and I wanted him to have a saying, but I think I just took that as my personal saying, even though I don't really tell people. And that's life is life, and you choose how to impact it. And I think that I've accepted the first part, and I'm still kind of working on the. I think I know, but I think it's still a thing of discovering and working on it. And Life is life. It has its ups and downs. It has its good and bad. It has its big, small, whatever. It's weird. It's beautiful. All that stuff, right? And that's life, right? That's how I see it. And then you have a choice. You have a choice to be inactive. You have a choice to be active. You have a choice to make things good, make things bad, etc., etc. Everything person has a choice, right? And then it there's an impact. Everything has an impact on everything or nothing. And yeah, it's hard to explain, I think, but yeah, life happens, it doesn't. You choose, then you can have an impact. You can have a great impact, or no impact, or small impact, or whatever. That is my little saying to me, for me. And I think at this moment, that's kind of it. I'm not really, I have accepted that life is life, right? And my choice is, I currently think it's to embrace this weird peace that I have with nothing. I am still exploring it, diving into it, but yeah, I've kind of just made a peace with nothing, with not aimlessness, but that is a factor of things, and my motivations and dreams, or like those things, I don't really care about. I feel like they do come in brief flashes, and I think that's it. That it's very brief. Again, like all that stuff is very short term, but I always have this feeling of emptiness or nothing, and I'm not depressed about it. It's just that it feels that's what it is. There's no way to put it. It's just is what it is. It's gonna be with me forever, and I'm fine with that. Yes, I do still laugh. Yes, I have funny moments and stuff, but I think I'm kind of doing that more for other people, and for me, it's just meh. It's just that. Yeah, that's kind of everything really. But the other thing now is that in the past, I've made lots of promises, especially to myself. I've dreamed big on purpose so that I could shoot for the stars to at least land on the rooftops. Because I know I'm not gonna really, do a lot in a very short amount of time, but I could. But that takes commitment, and I think another thing I need to work on. It's just the consistency. I think I'm committed to the idea. It's just that I'm not committed to being consistent about things, and I'm trying. I don't want to be too realistic, but I like realism as well. That's the other thing about me. I like paradox, being a paradox to myself, especially. I think just the balance and imbalance, or I find a balance in good and bad and whatever you're in between all that stuff. Because I find balance in imperfectness. It's not a perfect 50-50. I like a perfect 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, or whatever. Because I know some things need a little focus, some things a lot of focus, or whatever. And yeah, I do feel good about stuff. I do feel bad about some stuff, but it's very short term. The only consistency that I've noticed, and the more I look back on, is that it's yeah, you know, and that's the best way I can describe it. Yeah, uh, but I've been doing this online thing for a lot longer than 5 years. I had, I think, like two or three channels when I was younger. Just trying this whole YouTube thing. I wanted to be a YouTuber when I was a kid. I wanted to be a lot of things when I was a kid, and now I think I'm a polymath. I've experimented a lot in places. I've worked with music, film, music, writing. I think writing is my biggest thing. Art, all that stuff. I've experimented a lot. I'm still going to do that, but I also see connections in a lot of things. So the other thing is just I've been thinking about a lot of content to make and stuff like that. But I think that I just don't do it. It's a lot of effort, and in the space I'm currently in, you know, common guy, I don't have any money for myself. Still depending on people, unfortunately. Not that I'm fortunate to have them, but I do feel that I am a burden. But living in a space that doesn't really allow you to go all out or to allow you to move how you want, to do things how you want without disrupting other people, it's difficult. And it's difficult in the sense of like the clashes of different thinking, ideology, all that stuff, and you have to. It's a shared space, right? And unfortunately, at the moment, I don't have a job, a job. Um, I would like to get one, but I've tried working for people and with people. It's not really my thing, but I can't get myself to fully commit to working for myself. I know that I can. I just think that I need a change of environment, but I'm not in the space to do that. And I have a lot of ideas, and I should just at least bring out demos and concepts. That was a big thing that I want to do because I think it was last year, even 2 years ago. I made the whole like 312 plus project, and I've been adding some more ideas and projects on that list. And I should really, really get about doing that. And the other thing I thought about doing was doing like daily content, just so that I can get something out there. It wouldn't be good, it would be out. That was the idea. But the other thing is that I know that art and creativity and some things just need time to really be good. But I don't have that. So I'm in a weird spot where I don't care about anything, but I have these short bursts and these small moments of ideas, motivations, all that stuff. But then I also have the reality of that I'm not where I want to be or fully can be. But it's also another thing of like you don't need all of that because I've done things where I really don't need a lot of things. I just need the bare minimum and at least have a concept out there and put it out there. And I think when I was younger, I would hope by like 5 years down the line, I would have had at least a few thousand subscribers and be able to make a little bit of an income with at least YouTube. But the other thing is just like people in my life, and I'm doing a better job at not caring, you know, not caring about what people think. But it's still a thing of I still have to factor people in. I'm not really able to take the risks that I would like to take, and a lot of things are playing into that. But it's just the thing of like I have to wait, but I can't wait too long. But the moments are right here, but I can't take those moments because other things are coming up, and I gotta take care of that too. But it's also, I think the main thing is that I'm trying to juggle a lot of things without really focusing on myself. And I think, no, I think there was a brief moment a few years ago where I got into self improvement, and I learned the potential that I had of actually focusing on myself, putting myself first. But I don't think I fully did that, and I derailed and picked up a lot of bad habits again. But I think this time it's a lot worse, and it's just trying to figure it out. And now that I'm also trying to build a brand, if you will, or build myself, but also trying at this point, kind of just depending on the online space as a form of expression, but also a brand, a personal brand, trying to build that, but also knowing the things that I want to make and the quality and standard. It's just that I need to actually be myself. I feel like I've figured that out. Not entirely, not entirely. I do definitely want to give myself space to always grow, and maybe I'll do a complete 180. I don't know. But I've definitely done some things just for the sake of getting them done, and that has affected my personal relationship and just like my things in my personal life. Um, I don't know how good of a job I'm doing at being vague, but also kind of putting myself out there. I have that laptop. That's the only thing I have. I have the phone that we're recording on. I spent good money getting these mics, and I'm not really using them. And I know I don't need a lot of money. I actually a lot of the things that I want to do, I have, and I have them for free, and I just need to learn how to make a profit with them, so I can at least start like not even making a profit, just to break even, and then to slowly make. I have plans, I have ideas, but I don't commit to them. I don't really go all out. And I think what I want, not I think, the thought, I've had a lot of thoughts on just making like a vlog at least. But the other thing of like being in public and then, or like, what people are thinking, those short-term moments. But then when everything goes quiet and when it's just me, it's like, I don't care. But oh, that was a good idea. I should probably do that. You know, or like for short-term BB or like whatever. I do think of myself in the third person from time to time. So I think the best thing for me to do is try. I don't want to have these videos, or at least I would love to have these videos. But the fridge just turned on again. Um, I would love to just do whatever it is that I want to do. I think that's where I'm going. I'm still gonna definitely keep the calm and the peacefulness of my nothingness, my weird balance in emptiness. I do like that. It's giving me a good place for me. That's like, I think that's the main thing that I have that is for me. Um, the other thing is right now I should just focus on trying to get an income. I know I should be focusing on studies, but I don't see a future academically for myself, and I don't think that is for me. Yeah. So what I want to do is I want to make. Huh, a lot of thoughts just came in all at once. What I want to do is what my goal, I think, at least for now, is nothing, right? I want to have the freedom or the space to be nothing, to have nothing, to go nothing. Like, I don't, in the terms of that piece that I'm talking about, I'm trying, I think my life goal for now, until it changes or whatever, is to just try to have nothing. I know I will need better gear, better stuff for the things that I want to make. But in terms of like, all I really need is me. My body, my mind, the inner parts of my body that needs to function, all that stuff, right? That's kind of really all I need. And I'm at peace. I'm content. But I know there's things short term, that come in the moment that I know I wouldn't be objective to, that I wouldn't really mind, but I know it's just more of, these are going to be adding more to my life than rather kind of taking away. And I think what I'm going to do is that I think I will work definitely on getting closer to this peacefulness that I found in myself. But there are still other things that I've promised myself, especially that, and other people that I would love to work on, that I would love to collaborate, to bring about, and to just focus. And there's so much. This was meant for me, and I'm gonna do that. But yeah, in terms of like, yeah, life goal, peaceful, peace and balance. That's really what I care for. That's really what I'm all about. So I might not make videos ever again. I might keep making videos. I don't really know. But YouTube is my baby. I that's the thing that I've always been wanting to do as a kid. And I think YouTube is just, or at least the online space, is a great way to express yourself. But there's also dangers and stuff, all that stuff. But the online space is just one of those things that gives you an access to reach to other people, but also just to express yourself if you don't care about people. So I'm trying to live a balance right now. It's definitely that emptiness, and it's for me. But also, I know in that balance, I'm handling responsibilities. I'm handling social life, business, money, all that stuff. The good and the bad, and also just I unfortunately having to be a role model for some people because I know there are people that look up to me, and I know that I am a disappointment and that I am not the best. But these are the things that I have to think about as well, and these are the things that I carry with myself, for myself mainly, but I'm also putting other people in line with that. But I do think that I should just work on me, focus on me. I would love to not be studying right now, but unfortunately, that is the position that I'm in. So I'm gonna have to be studying for a little bit until I can jump off that wagon, until there's security and other things, because I definitely don't see a future for me studying. Again, might change, might not. I think the resources that come with studying, that's if I could have that and teach myself, because I've learned a lot more being self-taught than actually someone trying to teach me. Because I think the cheat code to school is just literally know your work. Don't understand it, just know how to do it, know how to get your answers, finish your test, and leave. But that's not really going to apply in the real world. And also, understanding things feels nice. I can also add that to my multitude, my multiple skills that I need to rebuild and relearn. So yeah. So the other thing that I'm thinking of right now is, what do I do moving forward? I kind of did talk about my past a little bit, but yeah, moving forward, a lot of thoughts I've had was just making regular content. I think I should try to make weekly vlogs or like reflection videos. Don't expect those in the middle of the day. My privacy is limited. Rare occasions, I guess. But also, it's just, I think, yeah, I think I'd rather just make a little sit down video or a vlog. Maybe show you some stuff during the week. Hopefully, I can make weekly content. Again, my gear is limited and stuff, so I'll do the best that I can. I'm not gonna put the pressure of every single day I have a short or a little bit of content, but I'm trying. So I think this is just a promise to me. I'm not holding myself entirely to it, because things can happen, things can change, and expect the left field to just come out of nowhere. But yeah, so content wise, I think YouTube will be the main thing that I focus on. Studies, I don't want to, but I should be working on that. Yeah, I do gotta work on my body again. I like calisthenics, sounds pretty fun. So I need to reinvest into that. Let myself go a little, not like bad, but it's just in terms of like fitness wise, and body function. I like the idea of just training the body to function before form, especially. So like I want to get my strength back up, flexibility, endurance, speed, a little bit of that stuff. That's the physical traits I want to do. I need to find a way to make money, but I think that's going to be more of just me putting stuff out there and hopefully making a Patreon or things. And then I got to think about like subscription stuff. Obviously, some free stuff for low tier, like because I think I should censor videos on YouTube. Best way to make money currently. I don't like doing that, but unfortunately, I need money to live in a world like this. So I don't. I'll think about the other stuff, but I don't want to make these videos too long. So yeah, at least a good Sunday sit down or whatever sit down video, just to reflect about things and to talk. Again, try to be private, and then just make content on my own things. Some stuff I'll definitely like talk about other people's things and just things that I'm interested in, or some inspiration. Just like creative ideas. I think I still don't want to put myself out there entirely trying to be my own person, trying to keep a wall between and just yeah. So YouTube will be the main focus. Instagram can be more for highlights. I'm gonna do my best to not put my personal life in anywhere I am. Yeah. So YouTube is the big stuff. A lot. YouTube gets like the main stuff and a bit of the side stuff too. I feel like YouTube can be the best for the multimedia mix and stuff. And then Instagram is highlights. TikTok is a lot more. I really am not on TikTok, but TikTok, I think I should just use for for, like just shorter, quick ideas. What else is there? Twitter. Sorry, X. Uh, Twitter. Twitter. Sure, sure. I think Twitter can be a lot more just for posts and although like YouTube will be the all-rounder, but like these things I will definitely use in. I'll learn how to go about them, but I'm really gonna focus on YouTube. But yeah, Wattpad I'll definitely put out more short stories. I'll try to eventually get back into drawing and making manga and just comics and stuff. So then I'll go on Wattpad for books. If you wanna read my stuff, YouTube main stuff, TikTok just I don't want to make brain run. TikTok will be used for briefer, quicker summaries. So same thing with shorts. Highlights are on Instagram, kind of just a bit more. Again, a lot of stuff is going to be a lot more focused on my work and stuff instead of my personal life. Personal life stuff is only going to really be on YouTube, but again, limited. Yeah, Twitter is just going to kind of be posting a bit more. I think art focused for now. Things will change over time, but this is for me. This is what I need. Trying to make regular content, and yeah, that's everything. With that, I think we can send it off there. It's a bit of a long video. I'm not gonna edit this. I got a test that I totally studied for. That's a lie. Yeah. So with that, life is life, and you choose how to impact it. Bye.